Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of Parquet. As always, I am Sarah Prince here with
Man of Stage, and together we form Bridge Boys Broadcasting. Welcome and thank you for tuning in.
Last time, of course.
On Dragon Ball Z, no.
No, I think it's Parquet. We woke up as a kind of like artificial human, and now we are going off on our own to explore the world.
Contrary to what the screen says, we are Kawaru Nagisa. You know, white hair, red eyes. I feel like it's fitting. Wait, are our eyes red? Yes.
I don't remember.
I think so.
It being a visual novel means we will not see his eyes for the rest of this game.
That is entirely plausible. The only reason we saw them to begin with is the prologue was from a different character's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep, that's right.
That was interesting.
If you want to see what the character's eyes look like, go watch part 1 of our videos.
Shameless plug. Anyway.
Starting now, I am Ibuki Kanato. Walking outside is much more exciting than I dared to imagine. The cold winter breeze touching my face, that's far different from the conditioned air I'm so used to. The warm sunlight serving as relief from the clawing cold. The voices of all the passerby. The buzz of cars on the street and the smell of exhaust fumes. Of a bird slaloming down through the tree branches onto the ground. It died that day. These things seem so commonplace, yet they're things that I couldn't find within the confines of those 4 walls. When I ride on the train, I see the scenery outside the window change like a blur. Even if they are fundamentally similar, each station we stop at has a different feel to it. Is the place I'm heading to also this vibrant, I wonder? I finally arrive at the city, full of hope and excitement. After stepping out, there's only one thing to do.
God, that was loud. Sorry. Let's step back a little bit for that one. Rainbows.
Spew my gastric juices onto the concrete.
Taste the rainbow, vomit the rainbow. I feel so sick.
My vision is spinning. It must be the sudden rise in temperature, because the pit of my stomach feels awful. My head feels like it's about to split too.
Why is this happening to me? If anybody is emetophobic, I apologize.
Well, I was fine at first. I got off the train, left the station, and took in the scenery. Throngs of people scurried to and fro. See, you wonder why I'm doing the British, but that guy just said to and fro, right? Like,
Fair point. I mean, this story's basically Frankenstein, so I think it stands to perfect reason that this dude is British.
It's Frankenstein, but better, because the only 2 chapters don't, like, come at me, bros, but, like, the only 2 chapters I actually liked in the entire book are from the monster's point of view.
And this whole game is from the monster's point of view, so there you go.
Exactly. There were shops, drugstores, and cafes as far as the eye could see. I also spotted some bars, restaurants, and many other types of shops. However, there didn't seem to be any residential buildings. Countless men and women of all ages walked on the sidewalk. And more cows. Cows?
Wait a minute. Are we seeing the same scene?
Look. And more cars than I can count rolled on by the road.
Viewing people as cattle is very Brechtian of you.
The city was full of so many new things. I couldn't have asked for anything. In a city like this, even I could be accepted.
Even I, who pukes rainbows.
This is all I expected, and more. Maybe it's good to have an open mind. Wanting to know more about the city, I decided to take a stroll around. I enjoyed myself much more than I ever imagined, and ended up stopping and looking at all sorts of places. I eventually found a convenience store and walked in. They sold alcoholic beverages. So this is how we get from point A to point B. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, historically, people drink to relieve stress and recover from fatigue. The employees of Ibuko also drink.
Ibuko?
The employees of Ibuki also drink.
There we go.
And I think Miyoshi-san does as well. It's been a beloved drink of many since ancient times. In fact, it would not be an overstatement to say that alcohol is deeply intertwined with the human experience.
I have to drink it if I want to understand humans.
After doing some research on my phone about the best-selling types of alcohol, I picked up one labeled Strong Max without hesitation.
I'm guessing that's like this world's equivalent of Four Loko. I'm sure this will go very well.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like... I picked up one labeled Everclear.
Oh, God. No. Thank you.
Surely, this was a good choice.
It is Four Loko.
It was apparently the best-selling canned alcohol citywide, and it even earned a record Guinness.
But not a can of Guinness.
I even remember Miyoshi-san mentioning that she drinks this almost every day. She may have a problem.
全てを忘れられるくらい幸せな気持ちに浸れるんですよ。
I mean, listen to the way she talks. You can tell she drinks it every day.
She may have a problem. And so she said, with a broad smile plastered across her face.
It sells the most, so it has to be good.
Look, I can't deny that logic.
Yeah.
I triumphantly grabbed a can and paid for it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up a second. Go back. Go back.
バックログ画面。シーンを移動しちゃうよ。
Backing up.
Okay, somebody in the comments, tell me if I am wrong. Because this company is well known for having background cameos of other games, like people from other games that they've done. Okay, center of the screen. Awesome red jacket, the black gloves, blonde hair, and next to her the stupid hat and the red hair is like Nicola and Miyu from Draku Riot, or am I just going crazy because I want to play that game again? Tell me in the comments.
All right. Everybody loves a good Where's Waldo.
I mean, I am like 99% sure.
I have not played it, so I will take your word for it. Is anybody disgusted yet? I hope so.
Also, I find it hilarious that all your first lines are bleh.
It's a good... Boy, if this were based off of Dracula, it would just be like, bleh.
I don't even know where that comes from.
I have no idea either.
Because it's not in any of the early, like, it's not in Nosferatu, it's not in Dracula 31, English or Spanish.
Yeah,
it's not in any of the Hammer ones that I remember, like, not in Langella's.
Oh, what was the other? Camilla? Carmilla?
Carmilla. Carmilla, yeah. Well, I mean, Carmilla came out first.
Oh, I know it did. Yeah, it was one of the earliest ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're putting on the literature nerd cap for this one, so.
In our defense, it is October when we are filming this, so
Very timely.
Yeah, Halloween spookiness.
Spookiness.
We also may end up playing some games that relate to that. So
yes, please.
Pay attention to our channel. Which brings us to the present, where I'm vomiting my guts out.
That can really explains the rainbow barf too. Because I guarantee you that is the same kind of color as that crap.
Yeah.
This is the best-selling alcohol ever.
It's not disgusting, taste-wise.
Coming back up, it probably is.
But for some reason, I feel sick to my stomach. My head aches terribly, and I can't do anything about the oppressive feeling in my stomach.
I don't get it. Why does everyone drink this? Miyoshi-san was grinning so broadly. Does this really make her that happy? Maybe I just can't understand humans?
And this is how he became evil.
Plot twist. So early on. I feel so sick.
ね ねえ、ちょっと。
I hear a nearby voice, directly above me.
生きてるよね。
Sorry, that came out like Tim Allen for some reason.
If you can do the same thing but sick, I'll accept it.
Was that better or worse?
You know, I'm gonna go with worse because it just reminded me of like what is it? Boomer from Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but this one's a question.
I don't know. I'll fire off a couple and I'll see which one works.
Yeah.
I'm just making noises at this point. We'll just say that.
平気
Yeah.
手のは苦悶か。
Hey, don't judge him. You know how hard it is to do an erg?
Damn it, now I gotta go back. I was gonna cut all that.
バックログ画面。
Uh,
シーン
Oh,
を移
come
動
on.
しちゃう
I
よ。
think it was hilarious.
alright, fine, we'll keep it.
平気手のは苦悶か。
An unknown woman is looking down at me.
救急車呼んだ方がいい？
No, I'm fine. I was just drinking and...
ここに転がってるストロングマックス。
My head hurts. I'm so dizzy.
ただの飲みすぎか。お酒飲むなら自分の限界くらいちゃんと把握しときなよ。
Sorry.
いや、私に謝る必要はないんだけど。
Sorry, stomach.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yeah.
I've never drunk before, so I didn't know.
え、初めてでストロング系に行ったの？
At least I can remember it?
もっと度数の低いのから試していきゃいいのに。
Someone I know recommended it. They drink it every day. Oh god, they drink every day. They may have a problem.
You know she's probably like, come on. 5 o'clock's in like 6 hours.
Close enough. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We're going with that mentality. All right.
それはそれでやばいな。
Probably.
Hey, live her alone.
Ah.
ああ、顔も手も真っ赤。
No, clearly it was rainbow everywhere. Didn't you see the last scene?
Mm-hmm.
Head hurts.
急性アルコール中毒ではなさそうだけど。救急車呼ぶ？
I think I'll be fine.
そう、わかった。
The woman stands up and walks away. I can't keep vomiting here all day.
So I'll go and vomit someplace else.
I think I ran out of gastric juices to hurl anyway. Why does alcohol make her feel happy? It doesn't do that for me. Not at all. Next time I talk to her, I'll recommend that she stop drinking.
Hello, I'm here for an intervention.
I am here as your friend. I believe that you may have a problem. And she's sitting there like, it's like 7 in the morning. I don't have a problem.
Look at your life. Look at your choices.
But now I need to worry about my well-being. When will this discomfort subside?
Ah? Ah? Ah!
Oh!
Oh! I'm James. I'm your master. Oh! My cheeks are on fire! Ow, ow, ow! I need to back up from the microphone! My cheeks are on fire! Ow, ow, ow!
Incomprehensible noises leave my mouth because of the sudden sensations.
何その声、萌えキャラか。
I don't know!
I'm new to this whole experience. You're that girl. Oh. You're that girl.
はい、これ。
Huh?
水分補給はちゃんとしなよ。
Oh, okay.
She's pressing a can of warm tea against my cheek.
とりあえずお茶を飲む。で、体が落ち着いたらスポーツドリンクを飲む。水分補給は重要。
Gatorade.
H2O!
それでも収まらないとか、体が冷たくなってくるようなら、素直に救急車を呼んだ方がいい。
Oh, okay, thanks.
She's holding out the can of tea for me. I sheepishly grab it and take a swig.
あと、ちゃんとしたところで休んだら。
Thanks for the help.
Kind woman.
早く家に帰りなよ。
Oh yeah, has her name changed since we started talking with... Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice that.
I think it was question marks
Oh
when
yeah.
we first started, and now it's kind woman.
Oh, that's really funny. Home. I don't want to go back to that room. That's not going to raise any questions at all. Where was that room? What was I doing there? How did I escape?
Find out in part 1 and part 2.
訳ありか。ま、出なきゃ一人でストロングマックスガブ飲みして、吐いたりしないだろうけど。何にしても、ガブ飲みするのはやめといた方がいいよ。
I don't think I'll drink ever again.
そうだね。
She laughs at my assertion. Maybe my grave tone was amusing to her.
I really wish this game would give us context for the lines before we say them.
Go back and
No,
do
no,
it.
no. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping
Yes.
ほらほら、飲んで。もっと飲んで。
it. I feel a little less dizzy.
それは
Collapses.
何より。
Really, thanks. Why go out of your way to help me, though?
Why show so much kindness to a stranger? Even I know people normally ignore drunk people on the street. No one but her stopped to talk to me.
あんな死にそうな顔してたら心配になるでしょ。普通。他に声をかける人もいないし。急性アルコール中毒とかだとやばいし。酔っ払いから財布を盗む人もいるし。
Joke's on them. I don't have any wallet.
Wait, doesn't he have money now?
But he doesn't necessarily have a wallet.
Okay, that's fair.
That might actually make it worse.
Probably.
見て見ぬふりするのは夢見が悪い。迷惑だった。
No, I appreciate it. Thanks.
どういたしまして。しっかり喋れてるし、心配なさそうだね。私、もう行く。まだ仕事中だし。
Okay. Wait, let me pay you for the tea.
お金を気にするよりも、自分の体調を気にしなよ。スポーツドリンクもちゃんと飲むこと。
Thank you.
じゃあね。
I didn't expect to be met with such kindness. Even less so from a woman that was just passing by. We only spoke briefly, but that was enough for me to see the kindness in her heart. I'm not one to believe such things as destiny, but I am fortunate to have met her. I'm once again reminded I have many things to learn about this world.
I'm glad I left that room. Okay, that's an interesting thing to be feeling after spewing the rainbow all over the road.
Like, I could understand it because, you know, it's just staying in one room forever. I'm sure we can all relate to that bullshit.
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be a lot.
Despite feeling so sick that I puked my guts out,
There it is.
there it was. Even that failure is an enriching experience. Not that I would like to repeat that. Surely this won't be the first time I make a mistake here in the outside world.
It absolutely won't be, and don't call me Shirley.
But through that, there's always the possibility of meeting more wonderful people. The thought brings me joy.
I can't wait to see what tomorrow has in store for me.
My heart leaps just thinking of the possibilities. My first day as Ibuki Kanato.
I didn't even get a school picture. Dang.
I met her. Or rather, I met them.
Hmm? I have no context for these noises. No. 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 I don't know.
He's just a horse.
Of course, of course.
I look back at the building I just came from and heave a sigh.
Sleeping in a capsule hotel is actually pretty tough.
Stupid hat. After sobering up yesterday, I searched for a place to rest. My curiosity got the better of me, and I drank alcohol yesterday. But I probably should have looked for a room to rent first.
Yeah.
I tried afterwards, but the hotels were all full. I finally found a room in a capsule hotel, but it was quite uncomfortable.
Don't tell Bulma that.
I got it. It was cramped, and I had trouble sleeping in an unfamiliar environment.
I don't think those are for me.
And I don't think they ever will be. Up until now, I'd been sleeping in my personal room. There was much more space and no thin walls that forced me to hear people snoring away.
Alright, I need to find proper housing.
I walk briskly through the street. First, I need to establish a base for my new life. I need a new, normal room. No more confinement. From today onward, I'm living an independent life.
Bam, then the bus hits him.
Like fucking Final Destination.
Yep.
And the credits roll, and it's just like, wait.
The
いらっしゃいま
transition.
せ。本日はどのような部屋をお探しでしょうか。
Something that's not in a capsule and something that's not my old room.
あ、保証人はいらっしゃらないんですか。
No.
いえいえ、それでは収入を証明するもので大家さんの説得を。
No.
あ、お持ちではありませんか。いえいえ、でしたら銀行口座の預貯金の方などで説得を。
About that.
あ、
What's a
お
bank?
持ちではありませんか。そうですか。
Can't you take it on my good word?
申し訳ありません。そういった状況ですと、デポジット、いやでも大家さんが嫌がるでしょうし。あ、そうですね。口座などで確認させてもらえるのは安心材料の一つですね。はい。
Okay.
お待たせいたしました。本日はどのようなご用件でしょうか。
New side quest. Open up a bank account.
新規口座ですね。それではまずはこちらの申請書に記載をお願いいたします。え？住所がない？あ、これから借りる予定ですか。
Oh gosh, it's turning into one of those Ouroboros situations. Can't get a bank account because I don't have a place, because I can't get a bank account because I don't have a place.
Yep.
身分証もお持ちではない。 申し訳ございません。そういった場合、当校ではちょっと。
New side quest.
講座が作れなかった？ああ、そういう状況ですか。そうなると、うちではご紹介できるお部屋の方はいかんともしがたく、申し訳ありません。
At least he's nice about it. I feel like most places would just be like, well, GTFO then.
Yeah.
と申されましても、当校ではいかんともしがたく、申し訳ございません。
Well. The real world is much tougher than I thought.
I can't open a bank account because I have no address. I can't have an address because I don't have a bank account. And I don't even have a birth certificate in the first place. Maybe going out without much preparation wasn't such a good idea.
It's really fascinating because he's supposed to be this genius and he turned that entire corporation around with all of these really well-played strategic things, but then he just has absolutely no preparation for the real world.
Yeah, I feel like they only gave him the knowledge necessary to turn their business around.
The only things I know are fine dining and breathing.
You ask for his name and he just explodes.
Well, at least he has that.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe I got too hasty. Is this where my journey ends? Game over.
All I have in my mind is an amalgamation of human knowledge and experiences.
And breathing!
And I don't think anyone ever bothered to give me a thing that all humans possess instinctively. Common sense.
Well, all is a bit of a stretch there.
I was about to say, I know plenty of people that do not possess an innate common sense.
No.
I'm severely lacking in that area.
Actually, that's not typical. I wouldn't call that atypical for somebody who's considered a genius. A lot of times, they tend to be really, really intelligent, but at the detriment of basic real-world knowledge.
Yeah, or like, you will find a handful of things they are absolutely terrible at because they are a genius in specific fields.
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret going out, but I need to reassess the situation.
困った時には連絡をしてください。
I have Miyoshi's contact info in my phone. However, if I need to rely on her every time I run into a roadblock, why did I even leave the room to begin with?
Maybe I could use my ace in the hole.
The soul expansion!
Ah! No, I'd better not. It's not something I should default to. Oh, but come on. What's the point of having a really cool cheat code if you don't use it?
Because it's gotta be saved for when it's really needed.
Fair. Alright, otherwise he's gonna run out of PP.
Exactly. He's got like 5 uses of that thing.
And
he's got to go to a Poké Center.
And it misses a good portion of the time. And I can't cower in the face of a challenge.
I've never experienced this kind of difficulty before. What Ibuki needed at the time wasn't me rushing into things headlong, but careful consideration and clear commands. I relied on knowledge in my mind, set clear guidelines, and gave instructions.
And then you got into the real world and it was just Rhino Rush.
But now I'm acting on my own.
This is why I left the room.
I can't give up right at the onset. There are more real estate agents I can visit.
ありません。
I'm met with a sweet smile and soul-crushing news. And her smile looks a bit strained, actually.
Okay, that seems more realistic.
都合のいい条件あるわけねえだろ。なめんなこそ。
Okay, a little too realistic.
That's what her smile is telling me right now. So this is what people mean by the masks people wear in society. I never bothered with that back in Ibuki.
Okay, this isn't the time to marvel at the complexities of social interactions.
The whole district is a ragtag jumbling of restaurants, shops, and flashy signs. Oh, and a waifu. At first I began to think I might have come to the right place. Yet every place seems to be a business-to-business wholesaler. How many real estate agents are left? I find myself feeling deflated after a day of disappointment.
ねえ、お兄さん。
Oh, there she is.
It seems like I'm reacting to different emotions even if I want to keep calm. This new discovery is a little encouraging at least.
お兄さんってば、無視しないでよ。
You talking to me? Sorry. You're talking to me?
他にいないっしょ。
It must still be too early for everyone to be out and enjoying the city. There are other people in the vicinity, yes, but I'm the only one standing around like a bum.
何してるの？さっきからずっとぼーっとしてたよね。
Have you never heard of internal monologuing?
Shh, I'm soliloquying. Is that a word? I don't know.
It is based on a real word.
The Dutchman's treasure. Plastic.
待ち合わせ？それとも嫌なことでもあった？
Yes. I'd say the latter, I guess.
だよねだよね。そうだと思った。
Why does that make you happy? Why does my misery make you happy?
だったらお兄さん、気分転換しない？
Excuse me?
嫌なことは忘れるのが一番。
Hakuna Matata.
Alright, I understand now. I'm probably about to be scammed. Is she going to take me to a gallery and cajole me into purchasing overpriced art?
That's the first scam that comes to your mind? Okay.
この中で好きな絵はありますか？その絵を選ぶなんて素晴らしい目を持っていますね。素人さんは選ばないんですよ。芸術に富んだ人が好む絵なんです。部屋に絵が飾ってあると心が豊かになると思いませんか？感受性が刺激されるっていうか。
Joke's on you, I don't have a home.
嫌なことがあってもすぐに忘れちゃいますよ。
I doubt she'll let me go until I buy something. Then she killed me and took my money. I am quite curious though, I'll admit. Is it really a scam as my instincts tell me?
気持ちを切り替えるのって重要なことだよ。
Maybe you do have a point.
Oops, I've done it now. She takes a step forward.
でしょでしょ。なので こういう気分転換はいかがでしょうか。
The girl takes something out of her pocket. This is evidently not an art scam. The thing she pulled out is a memory cube. Memory cubes are somewhat like storage devices. People use them when memory grafting experiences and abilities. Ibuki also manufactures and sells them. They offer high-volume BMI memory storage.
Sorry. I think I misunderstood what you meant. I didn't think this is what you were selling me.
もしかしてお兄さん、ビビっちゃった？
The woman quirks a devilish smile.
なんてね、心配しなくても平気だよ。うちのは安全安心なやつだから。
Whatever you say, random stranger I just met.
Also, like, if someone is trying to sell you something and one of the first things they say is, it's perfectly safe, that's usually a red flag.
Well, and, I mean, if you can, in this world, imprint memories onto storage and then import them into somebody else's brain, who's to say that there's not some sort of virus component? I could see that being a thing. Oof, that's creepy.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
However, her smile quickly turns into a friendly grin. I guess she just wanted to poke fun at me and see how I'd react.
もっとえぐいやつの押し売りだと思ったでしょ。
By sketchy, she probably means the memory of a crime. There are roughly two types of memory that can be memory grafted. One is the grafts that companies sell. Memories of, say, professional cooks or fashion coordinators, for example. Some are for specialized skills, but most are for everyday knowledge. There are safety precautions one needs to abide by when manufacturing these, of course. However, where problems begin is when private individuals start exchanging memories. Among the ones that cross the line are memories of criminals, like violent crimes, theft, use and manufacture of drugs, tearing the tags off mattresses. They're not sold in any official capacity, though I think you can find them easily enough if you try. It's often a hot issue among the public. You won't see it being discussed on the news.
Typical.
そういうのはもっと遅い時間とか人気の少ない場所とかあっちの人たちとか。
She casually glances over her shoulder. There are two young men standing a few paces behind us.
Ooh.
They do give off a more criminal vibe than this girl.
I imagine they're just in, like, full, like, you know, the generic crime suit of, like, the striped shirt and the black kind of beanie hat from, like, the fucking Sims.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking more like two guys in trench coats and be like, here, purchase my wares. And he just opens up his trench coat and there are a bunch of memory cubes of various colors dangling there, all labeled different sketchy things and a random assortment of pocket watches and stuff like that.
That or he doesn't even have anything. He's just a flasher.
Exactly. You want to see my wares? Oh. By the way, what kind of stuff do you sell?
音ゲーフルコンボとか FPS でチャンピオンとか。
Huh.
実際に体を動かす系だと剣道で一本取ったり野球でホームランを打ったり。
That all sounds pretty plain.
ストレートに言うな、このお兄さん。伊達前って知ってる？
Nope, I don't have one of those installed. Of course I do. If you think someone sucks at piano, you compliment them. If someone looks like a hick, you welcome them to the city. And if you think someone is being too chatty, you offer them some tea to cut the conversation short. I feel like I'm getting more British the more I talk.
I would laugh if right after this she's just like, yes, hey, would you like some tea?
And that's the tea.
それただの嫌味。というかなんで京都風味？いや、地味なのは事実なんだけど。
Ouch.
仕方ないじゃん。うちの友達とかクラスメイトの記憶なんだから。あ、ホラー系なら心霊スポットに行ってみたとか、事故物件に住んでみたとかもあるよ。
That strikes me as less useful than the other stuff you mentioned. This sells?
はいはい、出た出た。お父さんがよく言う小言第1位。役に立つのか、それ。
I don't think that answers the question.
役に立つ立たないだけじゃなく、面白いか面白くないかだよ。
So, you know these things are kind of useless.
そりゃ役に立つメモリーも重要だよ。でも、それだけじゃもったいない。
Yeah, man, sometimes you just want to download all the dank memes and not have to think about it.
せっかく自分ではできない経験を気軽に体験できるのに。
I know Kung Fu.
Whoa. Okay, wait a minute, we made that joke already.
Yeah, but this time it's actually accurate. Well, kind of. Memory grafting might provide us with experiences, but it doesn't mean that anyone can master any skill. Just acquiring knowledge is easy enough, but owning your individual traits matters when it comes to mastering a skill. Nothing can transplant actual muscles in a trained body onto a person.
Oof, I could just see that going really, really poorly. Like, you get the memory of a bodybuilder, but you're really scrawny and you go to bench and your arms just snap like twigs.
Even if you had the memories of a professional athlete, you cannot reproduce the same result if your body isn't up to snuff.
Okay, that's probably a more tactful example than what I came up with, but close.
Best case scenario, you get the hang of working out. That's why it appeared as useless at first to me, but maybe it's time to reevaluate my approach. Perhaps the younger generation that's familiar with BMI is more comfortable using it for entertainment and recreational purposes.
あとは、ちょっとした日常の記憶とか？
What do you mean?
友達と集まってワイワイゲームしてるとか、お風呂上がりにドライヤーを使ってるとか。
I spent 15,000 yen, or really, no, I spent 100,000 yen on this thing that is just a memory of me drying my hair.
Are those sexual in nature? Not in this game, they're not.
いや、全く。何もエロくない普通の平穏な日常。でも、メモリーグラフトなら匂いなんかも伝わってくるからね。
Alright, I can finally know what trash smells like.
まるで目の前にいるみたいに感じられるのがいいらしいよ。
I see.
この視点はこの子ですって写真付きだとさらに売れる。
Right.
This feels like an invasion of privacy.
あと、イケメンとか可愛い子が食事してるの見てる記憶とか。
Just looking at people eat? Not eating anything?
要は、一緒に食べてる気持ちを味わえるってこと。
Are you serious?
マジだと思う。
Huh.
世の中いろんな人がいるからね。ニッチなのはニッチなので需要があるんだよ。
Interesting. My standards for common sense might be outdated.
He didn't download the latest patch.
No, he's like, I don't know how to work this phone. It doesn't have a dial. Ever since I'd been in that room my entire life after waking up, especially since I'd been in that room my entire life after waking up, everything that's been memory grafted into me is aimed at improving the efficiency of technical skill instruction and inheriting traditional business skills. But now it seems memory grafting is being used to enrich the lives of people. Their use has become far more commonplace than I had ever thought.
実はうちも髪をドライヤーで乾かしたりするのを売ってるんだ。試しにどう？
Sorry, but I'm not too interested.
即答は無慈悲すぎない？本人を目の前にして。
Alright, fine, I'll turn around. Sorry, I'm not too interested.
バックログ画面。
I hit the wrong button!
なんかお兄さん、変わった雰囲気だね。いくつなの？
Yes. I will turn 3 this year.
うわ、めんどくさ。
No, I'm not.
そのボケ拾ってあげてもいいけど、代わりに試しに何か買ってくれる？
Even if I was interested, I can't actually graft any of it onto me.
は？できないって、なんで？
Well, this is clearly using USB Type-C. I only have USB Type-B ports.
Yep, there it is.
We're incompatible.
はい、出た。全く興味ない時に使う言い訳第1位。体質的問題。それ、女子が断る時に言うやつだから。
It's not you, it's me. I never knew that.
Well, it's no wonder she'd be suspicious. Anyone can memory graft without issues. Otherwise, BMI technology would not have become as widespread as it is.
Well, I just have some personal reasons.
I'm a miraculous being birthed from an amalgamation of many people's memories. I have no idea what will happen if I add more to the mix.
I wouldn't mind watching a video if you had any.
If I could just experience the memory through VR, then I wouldn't have to worry about actually mixing a new someone into the melting pot that is my mind.
But, well, I suppose I can at least buy something. As a way of thanking you for speaking to me.
マジかこのお兄さん。
Why are you making that face?
いや、引くでしょ。話した程度でお礼とか言われたら。ちょろすぎてキモい。もはやちょもい。
I'm sorry?
キャバクラとか言っちゃダメな人だ。ちょもすぎて心配。
I suppose I should take back my statement about buying something then?
いやいや、ちょっと待とうよお兄さん。
Yeah.
男が一度口にしたことをあっさり翻すのはいかがなものかとうちは思うよ。
Okay, what are the standards here?
She has a point, though.
Yeah. But you said I'm a super sucker.
うちはいいの。怪しい記憶を売ってるわけじゃないもん。
He has become the legendary super sucker.
Haha! I am the great super sucker. The stupendous super sucker. There we go. There's the alliteration.
でも世の中には怪しい人もいるから、 そういうのには気をつけなよってこと。
It strikes me as a little suspect to decry other people as suspicious while assuring that you're not. But I don't think I need to be careful around this girl.
That was your first mistake.
つか、本当に買ってくれるの？
Don't worry, I do have some money.
I take out the money Miyoshi-san gave me when I left the room. For the record, this was not stolen from the company.
We've just got to make sure this is very clear so nobody in the fourth wall thinks that we're thieves.
I'm not privy to her personal affairs, but apparently she was compensated quite generously for looking after me. She gave me all this pocket money without a moment of hesitation. Oh, right, we weren't paid!
Oh, that is right.
Huh.
Wow, how...
Wait, shouldn't he have just been able to... Oh, I don't... He took control of it via... what?
He bought stocks.
So he should have a fucking ton of money, right?
Yeah. If it's that decent of a company, he would have needed a lot of money to buy 51%, unless their stock values just really sucked.
Mm-hmm. So he should have been able to just... He'd be rich.
That's what I was thinking too. Well, and how, no bank account. Oh, so many questions.
Exactly. It's like, how did he buy the stocks if he doesn't have a bank account?
I think we found a plot hole. Anyway. This should suffice?
はい、足ります。いやいや、足りるどころの話じゃ。すごい、初めて見る厚み。
You see, I have no concept of the value of $1. I bought 51% of a company with my allowance.
Well, you see, that wouldn't matter, but he actually also has no concept of the value of a yen.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
っていうか、バカ！バカ！お前、バカ！
Well, statistically speaking, I've got so many personalities in here, a few of them are bound to be stupid. What is it now? What did I do?
早くしまえ！こんなところで大金見せびらかすな！
But how am I going to make it rain? Huh? Oh, okay, sorry.
I quickly put the money away. The girl frantically looks around us.
うわ、こっち見てる。
These people probably think we were soliciting her now.
I was about to say, it's all right. I'm just trying to solicit this woman.
This school-aged girl, it's not a big deal at all, I swear.
If this was your regular VN, then it'd be like, it's okay. I promise. They told me she was over 18 when the game started. Specifically from the men she said deal with sketchy memories.
Oh, yeah.
The wad of bills I pulled probably caught their attention. They quickly approach, grinning slyly.
Oh boy.
やばいって、ターゲットにされたよ、お兄さん。
That appears to be the case.
何のんきしてるの？状況理解できてる？逃げた方がいいって。
They're not actually going to rob me, are they?
そこまで世紀末な治安じゃないけど、強引な押し売りとかくらいはしてくるって絶対。
あんた、さっきからその子と揉めてるよな。欲しいものがなかったか？いや、
この人は、
焦んな。別に襲いかかるつもりはねえよ。お前じゃ要望に応えられないみたいだから、後を引き継いでやるって話だ。お前、もう行っていいぞ。
いや、でも、
行けって何度も言わせんな。
The men are completely overwhelming her with their intimidation tactics. I don't want to drag her into this and frighten her any further.
You can go. I'll manage.
いや、でもお兄さん。
Thank you.
本人もこう言ってるだろ。とりあえず場所を変えるか。いい店知ってるからよ。案内してやる。
The two of them grab me by each arm to keep me from walking away.
しよう。このままじゃ、あのお兄さんが。
I'm going to dress for a casual lunch.
あ？何してるんだい？翼さん！なんだか愉快な動き。あ、わかった。創作ダンスの授業だ。
How did you know?
違うよ。大変なの。
Where am I being taken?
馴染みの店だ。詳しいことは何か飲みながらゆっくり話そうぜ。
Oh, no, thank you. I don't partake in alcohol any longer.
あんた、運がいいぜ。俺らがとっときのを出してやるから。
What do you mean?
俺らなら望むものを用意できる。いろんな趣味に対応してるからな。好みに合うものがあるはずだ。
The two men bare their teeth and exchanged throaty laughter. I have a feeling these are illegal memories they're selling. And most likely they're going to try to coerce me into buying something. Or maybe they want to scam me through drinks at this place they're taking me to. To be honest, I am interested. What in the world are they selling? Are they going to threaten me, like I assume scammers do? Either way, though, I doubt it would be a good experience.
そんな不安そうな顔すんなよ。普通じゃ手に入らない代物だ。期待してくれていいぜ。まあもちろん代金はいただくけどな。黙ってろ。余計なことは言わなくていいんだよ。悪い、ついな。
It's about time I run away. I've let them drag me this far because I'm confident I can deal with them. I just need to use my soul expansion.
TM.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If I use that, I can just get them to back off. And now is the best time to use it. But right at that moment...
おまわりさん、こっちです、こっち。男の人が連れ去られて。
The two men freeze in place instantly. The little fright seems to distract them enough to loose their grip on my arms.
くっそ、さっきのガキか。余計なことしやがって。待て、落ち着け。まだ何もしてないんだから。警察だからって別に。
The two men hurriedly look over their shoulder. And then...
Ah!
I feel something like an electric current run through my hand.
こっちだ。
An unfamiliar woman is holding my hand. The current I felt was her pulling on my hand, I assume.
は？待てこら！
Huh?
ぼさっとしてないで、ちゃんと足を動かしたまえ。
Who are you?
話は後。それとも、 このまま彼らと行くつもり？
No, thanks.
だったら走るんだ。
Despite my confusion, I run with the woman.
誰だお前。つか警察なんていねえじゃねえか。ふざけんな。待てこら。
No, she's pulling my arm.
The two men shout from behind us.
おらお前ぶっ殺絶殺。
Wait, what now? That's an interesting command, but okay. I don't even know what they're saying anymore.
Okay,
捕まったら
yeah.
君のお金が奪われることだけははっきりしてるよ。
I assumed that was the... Huh? How do you know about the money?
話は後だと言ったろ。まずは逃げることが先決。
But I don't know these streets.
それなら僕に任せておきたまえ。
I don't have Google Maps installed in here.
The woman seems confident. But bit by bit, the men pursuing us are closing the gap.
If we don't do something, they're going to catch us.
分かってる。
All right, I'm only 3 years old.
そこ曲がるよ。こっち。
She pulls my hand and we slide into a small out-of-view cranny between two buildings.
静かに。
She puts a finger to her lips and I nod. A few seconds after, the two men come darting out of the alley.
どこ行きやがった。くそ。とにかく探すぞ。あれは押せば文句も言えずに払うタイプだ。見逃すのはもったいねえ。ああ。
The two men run down another alley. Only after they're out of sight do we come out from our cover.
They're not just pretending they didn't see us, are they?
だろうね。だが少し考えればすぐにおかしいと気づく。今のうちに移動しようか。お兄さん！
Oh, you're the girl from before.
間に合ってよかった。翼さんがいてくれて助かった。うち一人じゃ何も。
Ah, so you sent her. Thank you.
いや、うちはオロオロしてただけだし。そんなに感謝されてもなんか困るっていうか。それより、あの人たちは？ひとまず巻きはしたけど、ここを離れた方がいいね。ニカ君も、彼らに見られたんだろ？そうだね。今日はもう帰ろう。絡まれたら嫌だし。
Thank you for helping me.
もういいって。でもお兄さんも悪いんだからね。あんな大金見せびらかすもんじゃない。
I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. I won't ever make that mistake again.
だから、いちいち真面目っていうか、なんか調子狂うな。それじゃあ翼さん、うちは帰ります。気をつけてね。はい、ありがとうございました。お兄さんもじゃあね。君も早く離れた方が、土地勘がないんだっけ？僕が駅まで案内するよ。
Well, I would appreciate that.
何？その含みのある言い方。
I'm actually in a bit of a predicament.
よくわからないけど。僕で力になれることなら、話くらいは聞こう。
Oh, no thank you. I already have 2 of my own.
でも手短にね。彼らに見つかると面倒だ。
I have no home.
なんだって？
I have no residence to go back to. Even if you take me to the station, I can't go anywhere.
待った。ちょっと待った。家がないって、
Really, really?
想定外の面倒ごとに思考が追いつかなくて。
Can you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I don't blame you, it's a heavy subject. In fact, just forget I said anything. We'd better not stand here for too long, so I'll get going.
待ちたまえ。今さら聞かなかったふりをするのも。
She grabs me by the arms and keeps me in place. What? I feel the same current from before.
Again.
It's not static electricity, so what could it be? It appears that I'm not the only one who was bewildered by that. The girl stares at me curiously as she holds my arm.
君は、まさか。
Do you know me?
いや、そうじゃない。そうじゃないけど。
I eye her scrupulously.
Scanning, scanning, scanning. Match acceptable.
This is most definitely my first time meeting her. So why does her face seem so familiar to me?
とりあえず場所を変えようか。
Are you going to try and help me?
夏ならまだしも、今は冬だ。もし君が明日のニュースに取り上げられでもしたら、僕としても寝覚めが悪い。
Thank you.
I've been blessed to meet many kind people since arriving in this town.
僕の知ってる店でも構わないかな。ぼったくりではないから、安心したまえ。
Just as long as it's not another capsule hotel, I've had enough of those.
A short walk later, she comes to a halt in front of a cafe. Down a short flight of stairs, we come to a door with a sign that reads Einsatz. Einsatz. What?
Einsatz?
Einsatz. In fancy letters, it says that.
Einsatz!
いらっしゃい。なんだお前か。
Are you Einsatz?
どうしたんだ？
いや、ちょっと場所を貸してほしくて。奥の席に座っても構わないかな。
注文する客ならお好きにどうぞ。
ありがとう。
We sit at a table for four in a corner of the cafe. I sit in the chair across from her.
僕は紅茶のホットとパンケーキを頼む。
お客さんは？
Hot black tea too.
受けたまわりました。少々お待ちください。
I glance at the menu lying on the table. Coffees and teas are priced from 500 to 600 yen, and pancakes are 850 yen.
That's expensive coffee and tea.
Wait, what? No, it's not.
Wait, am I getting my unit conversions wrong?
I believe so.
What would that be?
I mean, that would be like... Well, I suppose maybe it would. I don't know. I always thought it was 1 to 100. Am I wrong?
I think that's right. That's why I was like, $5 for a cup of coffee seems like a bit much. I mean, unless you're at a chain or getting artisanal coffee or something.
I suppose so. I mean, I guess I've seen places that in the United States that sell them for $5, and Depends on how many pancakes you're getting, but you know, you go to a
Oh, the
place
pancakes. Yeah, the pancakes were fine. The pancakes seemed
pancakes
reasonable.
seem reasonable.
Yeah. Maybe it's fancy tea. I don't know.
Maybe it is. Hey, it's
言
okay.
ったろぼったくりじゃないって。
Well, I don't know. We were just talking about the price of the tea and coffee.
These prices are a scam. Oh, I wasn't doubting you. I was just, curious. Sorry.
いいよ。危ない目に遭いかけたところなんだ。警戒するのも当然だ。
But I'm sitting in a chair.
She directs a soothing smile at me.
ましてやこの店のマスターと来たら、
Why, is that dude sketchy?
愛想の代わりに恫喝を振りまきそうなこわもてで、明らかに堅気じゃない。勘違いするのも仕方ないさ。
He's not bad, he's just drawn that way.
ああ、妙なこと吹き込んでんじゃねえぞ。
Nothing?
こちとら生まれも育ちも平和主義。恫喝どころか暴言すら口にしたことないってのに。温厚特実の俺を捕まえて堅気じゃないだと？ふざけたこと言ってたらぶっ殺すぞ。
突っ込む暇すら与えない矛盾はやめたまえ。
勘違いすんな。自分で言うのもなんだが、俺は情が熱い男だ。
What about however many souls that we've got? Does that still count?
雨に打たれる路上の捨て猫に傘を差し出し、周囲を感動させたこともある。
Sorry.
I was gonna say, actually, are we an amalgamation of souls or just like personality and memories?
I don't know, that part's still a little bit fuzzy to me, to be honest.
Yeah, because like, are we like Ermac in Mortal Kombat, or are we like, you know, I'm trying to think of somebody who's like a mixture of memories and stuff. Alpha from Dollhouse.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
actually pretty similar, except we're not like evil or Alan Tudyk.
That we know. Well, we're definitely not Alan Tudyk. I did not go to Juilliard.
I have not been in the awesome stuff he has.
It makes me think of the Moana bit where he's just like, "Ah! I went to Juilliard."
そのギャップエピソードが成り立つ時点で不良だったと自白してるようなものだ。というか、聞き耳を立ててないで注文を頼むよ。
やってるよ。
Even after that tit for tat, neither of them appear particularly upset.
Okay, this just further reinforces our assessment that he's British.
Why?
Tit for tat.
Is that not something Americans say?
Hell no. When is the last time you heard an American say tit for tat? Except for literally right this second.
Okay, other than a handful of people, I have not talked to Americans in like 6 years.
Fair. Okay.
Although you are correct, I have talked to a ton of people who are from the UK or like former British colonies. So, alright, yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's just an antiquated phrase.
Yeah, or maybe it's just like it's used in English in a lot of Commonwealth countries, but not the US.
Yeah.
This must be normal for them. Perhaps they're long-time acquaintances.
さてと、改めて本題に入ろう。家がない？
Nope.
状況がよくわからないな。そもそも君は...
Before that, I'm Ibuki. Ibuki Kanato. Wait, how did we...
Kanato.
Kanato.
I think that is correct. I do not remember what it is from part 1.
You know what, we'll just go with Kanato. Okay. I'm Ibuki Kanato. Thank you for saving me from those men earlier.
I introduce myself to someone for the first time in my life. Saying my own name out aloud makes me feel strangely giddy.
Oh, I'm Ibuki Kanato.
I'm Ibuki Kanato.
Oh, yes. Quite.
I think I really like this name. I feel a renewed appreciation for Miyoshi.
僕の名前は木戸翼だ。
Kido Tsubasa. Alright.
それで、どういうことかな？
I wanted to rent a place, but none of the landlords would listen to me.
お金は持っているのに？
They ushered me out of the doors with fake smiles, so I never got the chance to ask them why. I may seem too suspicious to be trusted.
どういう意味だろう？
I can't even open a bank account. I assume that's a red flag for anyone looking to rent an apartment. At least that's what I think.
作れない？
Well, for various reasons. I have no way to prove that I am who I say I am.
そっか。そうなのか。
The girl's eyes widen in surprise.
Just not in this particular scene.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, alright, well, you know. But that's all.
No, that's literally the exact opposite.
I thought she would ask questions, but she doesn't seem confused whatsoever. Is my situation more common than I believed?
で、途方に暮れていたら、ニカ君
Is
に
she,
声をかけられたわけだ。
one of us?
One of us. One of... I don't know.
Like, I'm legitimately wondering, like, is she also one of us?
I don't know. That's a good question.
She must be referring to that girl from before. I need to thank her properly the next time we meet.
お待ちだ。
The man gives us our orders, cutting some of the tension. A cup of tea for me and Kido-san, and a plate of pancakes for her.
きたー！それでは、シロップもたっぷりと、パンケーキが浸かるくらいにたっぷりと。
Oh no, she's me when eating pancakes!
Huh?
Her gaze flicks between me and the pancakes.
Don't mind me. We can keep talking while you eat.
そう？ごめんね。では、お言葉に甘えて。いただきます。ほ、このシロップの甘さがたまらない。ビミ
Yep. Or you just murder your pancakes in syrup like you're trying to put Achilles in like a river.
I'm more of a waffle guy, so...
Really?
Yeah, they have the little syrup pockets.
I like them both, but I don't know, they're very different.
I also like crepes.
You know, I have never ever had a crepe.
Oh, they're so good. They're basically thin pancakes.
I have never had them. We will have to grab them sometime.
Yes.
She stuffs her cheeks in pure bliss.
Like a happy squirrel.
Meanwhile, I decide to sip on my black tea while it's still hot. As soon as I bring the cup to my lips, a unique scent that I've never experienced from water or green tea tickles my nose. It has a slight bitter and sour taste.
This is pretty good. Seriously, it's amazing.
感動しすぎだよ。まあ、美味しいのはわかるけどね。
She doesn't understand. I've never experienced anything outside of that room for the longest time. In fact, I wasn't even thinking of experiencing other things.
愛想のないこわもてマスターだけど、味にはこだわりがあるらしい。メニューはすべて素材から厳選をしていて、他の店よりも断然美味しくて。いや、店のプレゼンをする場ではなかった。そもそも、どうして君はこの町に？
Well, this is actually the first time I've ever had black tea.
それは何かの比喩ではなく？
I'm ignorant about many things, so yeah, I suppose it may be metaphorical. I want to know much, much more about the world, and that's why I came to this city. I'm also moving my arms around a lot, but you can't see it because I'm behind a microphone without a camera on.
けど、それも一歩目からつまずいていたわけか。伊吹くんにも今まで暮らしてきた場所があるんだろ？
In a sense, I suppose.
あるけど戻れない。愚問だった。だから困ってるんだよね。
Sure, we can just roll the scroll wheel up and then jump back to a previous scene. It's not that hard. I do it accidentally.
Of course, I could go back if I wanted to. But I don't want to do that when I've just only begun my journey.
ちなみに、このまま僕と別れたらどうするつもり？
Yep, probably film part 4 of Parquet.
Look for a hotel, I suppose. If I can't find one, maybe I'll camp outside. Actually, wait. Camping in the outskirts of the city might be interesting.
言っておくけど、野宿なんてしたら警察に保護されても仕方ないからね。
I wouldn't want to run in with them.
Having a dig through my personal history would not be good.
On the positive side, a prison cell is a place to stay.
Also, I am my browser history. Nothing would come up which would only raise suspicions.
I was able to stay at a capsule hotel yesterday, but the walls were so thin I couldn't sleep well.
カプセルホテルで無理なら、野宿なんてもっと無理じゃないかな。冬だよ。
Fair point.
I'm out of ideas. Isn't there anywhere I can stay? Hearing me sigh musingly, Kido rests her knife and fork back on the table.
解決させる方法が一つある。
What is that?
僕の部屋に来ればいい。ルームシェアというやつだ。
That is a solution, yes. But would you really allow me to live with you?
そ
I would be terribly grateful.
う。出会ったばかりの相手になぜそこまで親切にするんだろう。不安というか不気味に思うのも当然だ。でも他に頼るあてがない君を心配するのも普通のことだよ。
Is that true?
言ったろ？見て見ぬふりをするのは寝覚めが悪い。
So she's just doing this not to dirty her conscience. She's helping me for the same reason the girl from yesterday helped. How curious.
それには条件もある。
Oh, strings attached. Yes?
提案したのはあくまでルームシェアだ。
So you want me to pay you rent?
あ、別に法外な値段を取ることはないだろうから、そこは安心したまえ。
What she's offering me is the ability to start my life. It's a very good offer for me. I have no reason What? I have no reason to believe she's trying to deceive me at all after all she's done.
Are you really sure about this?
構わない。と言いたいところだけど、ルームシェアのためには一つ問題がある。ごめん。先に問題を提示すべきだとは思ったけど、僕にも色々あるんだ。ひとまず伊吹くんはこの提案に前向きなんだね。
It would greatly help me, yes.
わかった。なら部屋に向かおうか。詳しい話というか交渉は直接してほしい。
Huh?
What does she mean directly? Aren't we in front of each other?
Alright, I think that's a pretty good stopping point. This was a little bit of a longer episode, but I think it's worth getting a little bit into the story and getting to know a little bit more about the circumstances and getting to know some of the characters, and it's been a pretty good journey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Really getting into it, because part 2 was largely part 1 just from our perspective and not what's her name's?
Yeah, Miyoshi-san.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning into part 3. Definitely tune in for part 4.
All right. As always, we are Bridge Boys Broadcasting, signing off.